At the cellular level, biological aging looks like a mechanical failure. Chromosomes fray, cell division stalls, and the body's microscopic machinery steadily breaks down. Defeating this decay has mobilized a highly focused, multi-billion-dollar industry. In 2026, the global anti-aging race is an aggressive war waged on our biochemistry. We see this extreme focus in protocols like Brian Johnson's blueprint. To combat biological decline, Johnson spends roughly $2 million a year on interventions ranging from complex therapies to precise low-dose lithium prescriptions. Yet the data from his intense regimen reveals a deflationary paradox. The largest longevity gains do not come from the most expensive exotic stacks. They come from free, unglamorous habits like highly regulated sleep and a nutrient-dense diet. To prove the efficacy of any of these interventions, the industry relies on advanced DNA methylation clocks and detailed per-organ age estimates. These are incredibly precise, but ultimately static readouts. This entire effort is a war fought exclusively on the biochemical hardware. It is what scientists refer to as the substrate. If we step inside a modern sports science facility, we can see exactly how far we have pushed the measurement of human potential. We can strap a runner to a treadmill, measure their VO2 max, and quantify the absolute metabolic ceilings of their molecular machine. But there is a gap in this data. Two people can possess the exact same epigenetic profile, share an identical methylation age, and yet differ completely in how their physiology stabilizes itself hour to hour. This hour-to-hour coordination suggests the system possesses an overarching layer of control that keeps its disparate parts in sync. In the ODTOE framework, this is defined as observer-level organization, the degree to which the entire biological entity manages to maintain its structure as a single unit. Popular DNA methylation clocks cannot track this organizational layer. They are designed to scan static biochemical marks, rendering them entirely blind to the stability of the whole. By optimizing only the substrate, we are optimizing a flat, two-dimensional projection of the human system. We miss the dynamic reality of how that system actually moves through time. The ODTOE theory argues that aging is a problem of physical coherence, requiring a mathematical solution alongside the biochemical one. This chart maps a direct relationship. As a biological system's coherence approaches 1, its characteristic lifetime curves exponentially toward infinity. Our biology, the substrate, establishes the rigid baseline floor for survival. Dynamic coherence acts as the multiplier, dictating how far that baseline lifespan can stretch. Coherence represents a specific operational physical metric derived from the system's own dynamics, dictating the probability of continued survival. To translate human biological rhythms into this mathematical coherence parameter, researchers rely on a specific algorithm known as the Hurst exponent. You cannot pull this exponent from a single static blood panel. Calculating it requires continuous time series behavioral data. Data points like heart rate variability, gait tracking, and the continuous transitions between sleep stages provide the rhythmic sequences needed for the calculation. If those physical rhythms are fragmented and anti-persistent, the algorithm returns a mathematically low coherence score. If the rhythms are stable and persistent, the score is high. Stable behavioral rhythms like regular sleep and consistent activity patterns yield higher coherence because they minimize internal signal contradiction. These basics organize the observer, creating the persistent dynamics the formula requires for a longer characteristic lifetime. When a massive murmuration of starlings sweeps through the evening sky without a single collision, we are watching perfect dynamic coherence in action. A mathematically coherent biological system shares the same structural logic as a brilliant theorem. It outlives its author purely because it manages to operate with near-zero internal contradiction. The ODTOE framework uses this math to present a final, actionable challenge to the entire epigenetic clock industry. The parameters of the test are rigid. Gather two distinct cohorts of individuals who possess identical epigenetic ages and identical physical health scores. The prediction is clear. Within those perfectly matched groups, the individuals with higher dynamic coherence scores, measured directly from the persistence of their daily rhythms, will definitively show a greater health span. While biological repairs set the floor for human survival, the coherence axis determines the slope of that survival. Longevity depends on the mathematical harmony of how the entire system coordinates its motion through time.